Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Happy Monday. It's good to be with you. We're going to go over everything that we've been talking about so far this month. If you're new, my name is Austin Silver. Welcome to the Eightcap Trading Zone. Eightcap is a fantastic resource for traders. So make sure you're subscribed here, staying up to date with all the pressing interviews and trader analysis that they bring. I'm very honored to be here with you guys this week. I hope that you guys have been making money with my calls. We've been very bullish on commodities. That's worked really well. We've been bearish on Bitcoin, and that's worked really well. So there's been some great trade calls here, and I want to make sure you guys catch them this week with us as well. I know England's playing, so there's probably some people dual screening me watching England, take a beating to Iran, and I'm sure there's some guys watching the USA game later today, but we're still going to get into it this morning and find some good trades to set up this week. So we're going to start with Bitcoin. I'm going to move through the major US indices. I'm going to move through the commodities that we talked about, gold, silver, and oil. And then we're going to look at a few Forex pairs. But if you guys have any specific pairs, anything pressing that you definitely want to see me cover, make sure you put that in the live chat here. So to set us up for the day today, as you can see, looking at Bitcoin on the daily chart, the low back from June is still being held. We are still underneath that low. And truthfully, with this flag formation that we have kind of setting up here, I think we might see Bitcoin head lower as we start this week. I'm very bearish Bitcoin. I think that there's a couple of reasons to be bearish other than what you're seeing on the chart, of course. Number one being the FTX situation. Number two, the guy who started Ethereum tweeted yesterday, last night, he said that we should be aware of more potential liquidity issues, more potential drops in Bitcoin and crypto, Ethereum, all of them, more drops coming because this scandal with FTX is still unraveling and it's causing liquidity issues across other platforms, other exchanges. So for now, Bitcoin definitely short biased today. On the 15-minute, if you're looking, we can see this is yesterday's low. We're now holding underneath yesterday's low really, really well. That would actually be Sunday's low, the weekend low. Staying underneath that zone, showing that we want to find resistance there, tells me to be bearish today. So Bitcoin, the bias is very simple, everybody. Bearish. We want to be bearish Bitcoin, not a time to be buying. Let's take a look over at the indices. Let's start with US 500. So basically last week was a wash. Very interesting position that we're in. If you look, the daily bar since Friday the 11th, we have not, like I said, all week last week was a wash, just sideways movement. I think part of the reason for that is because we didn't have a lot of news to shake up the market, to shake things up in either direction. There wasn't a lot of speculation going on, which left us moving sideways. At the same time, if you measure from the low down here on October 13th to the high here back last week on the 15th of November, we're up about 15%. 15% off the low is the typical pullback range for a bull push in this bear market that we have been in since the start of the year. So I think part of the reason you saw slowing here is not just because there was no news, but also because we are at the end of this bullish pullback before we probably head lower and test 3,500 on US 500. I think thing goes for NASDAQ. If you look at NASDAQ, this looks very bearish to me, if not more bearish than it does on US 500. So here, 11,620 is the zone we're back in. If we get under that zone today, that's going to be resistance on top as it has been back at the beginning of November, end of October, and even back at the beginning of October. So if that is held, we're probably going to see a push down towards 11,000 again on NASDAQ. This is on the daily time frame. This is oil. This is US oil. I want to skip over to this. This was the trade. I crushed this trade last week. I put almost 2% on my account because of oil. Now, remember, I told you guys on Monday, we were bearish with that huge daily bar breaking under the 8 and the 21. Tuesday, we pulled back, retested the zone at 88.30. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and now today, down bad. So even if you would have just gotten short when I said to short it, you could have made 7.98% to the downside. We're now under $80 a barrel. And I believe you're going to see oil head lower. I believe we're going to take out the low at 76, and I think we're headed towards 70 over the next couple of months. That's just my bias. I think if you look here, this is gold. Gold looks a little bit more bullish, and I said this to you guys last week. Gold to me is in a position where if we hold 1700, that's kind of right where our 21 EMA is right now. If we hold 1700, we're going to get more movement to the upside back towards the 18 price level. Silver looks very bullish as well. This has looked bullish really since the beginning of September. Higher lows and higher highs. We have resistance above at 21,000 that was broken. We're kind of retesting it. If we head too much lower back towards 20, then I'm going to say this is being not really more like a break and retest, more like it just found resistance here. But if we can stop and stall at this zone before making another push to 22, this is going to look like really, really strong support before another leg up. So I'm bullish on silver, bullish on gold, but bearish on oil. Now, my least favorite indice is US 30. I don't like trading US 30 as much. In my back testing for my A2 strategy, it has performed the worst. If you want to learn the A2 strategy and some of the back testing that we've done, all you have to do is go to my Instagram, go to my website, asfx.biz. On Instagram, I'm Austin Silver FX, and sign up for the webinar. It's actually coming up this Saturday. We're going to be talking about all of the statistics behind this A2 strategy there. But as you can see, this looks the most bullish out of any indice, right? However, it has also slowed up here at this trend line where if we get a couple of days down and we break back under 32,000, 33,000, you're going to say, oh yeah, this looks bearish. It's just retesting that trend line that it's been following all year, right? So US 30 looks the most bullish out of all the indices, but again, not my favorite one to trade. And Ethereum still has the zone underneath it at about 900 to 1,000, still has that zone underneath it that we're watching for support. That's where we're going to see this slow down next. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, definitely bearish. US 500 and NASDAQ, definitely more bearish than bullish. And gold and silver, bullish, while oil is still bearish. US 30 is the one I'm going to leave you with, completely decisive. I have no good read on that. Now, on the GBP pairs, as you can see, we look more bullish than bearish as far as price structure. So I think you could see GU and GJ continue to move higher. 8 EMA is above the 21. I think we're going to see that continue to come up, higher lows and higher highs since that big push down at the end of September. If you look at Euro USD, which I like to look at whenever I look at GU, looks very similar, right? You're seeing some bullish price structure with higher highs and higher lows. So with that plus sentiment now being bullish, we could see EU come up. EU comes up, dollar index continues to go down. The dollar index has found some support here at about 105. If we take out 105, you're going to see the dollar in fall. You're going to see Euro USD rise. Over the last couple of weeks too, Euro AUD and Euro CAD have both had pretty strong trends. If you take a look here, Euro AUD looks very bullish on the daily time frame. Breaking out of this zone above 1.2, I think we're going to see that zone, hold as very strong support here into the next couple of weeks, looking at the bullish market sentiment line and looking how it was rejected back here over the summer. We broke above it and are now holding above it here, holding the 152, 153 level. That's a great place for us to be saying we want to go long and stay long biased on Euro AUD. If you take a look at Euro CAD, looks very similar, right? Higher lows, higher highs. You even have some bullish divergence on the bottom down here. Look at how the price is falling, but your strength is rising. That's bullish divergence. It's telling us where this wants to go. Once we took out 132, 1.32, you could see break, retest, and then move. Break, retest, and then move. Now it's going to try to do the same thing up here where we break, retest, and move. That's a structure we're looking for. So I think you've got to stay bullish on EuroCAD as well. So there's the bias for you now. If we go to the lower time frames, which I think is important, to start the week, and let's take a look, just at the structure, you can see it's kind of sideways here on US 500. I think that that's typical. On Mondays, it's typical that the indices are a little slower to start the week. And I think that you'll see Mondays are the day to kind of let the market open up, see if it follows trend, and then we come in and ride the trend that rest of the week. So far today, sentiment is very bearish on NASDAQ. Sentiment is very bearish on oil. Sentiment is bearish on US 500. And sentiment is bearish on Bitcoin. So everything on the shorter term time frame this week is, at least when I say everything, Bitcoin, US 500, and oil, and NASDAQ, those four are all saying to be short biased to start the week. Now, what do we do to take short entries, right? That's something everybody's probably wondering. You can see I have these little flags here. That's an indicator that we're releasing to the public on the webinar on Saturday. We're going to be teaching this A2 strategy. As you can see, it would have painted some really beautiful wins for you last night. Even in the Asian session here, that one ends up being a nice short win. And I think you're going to see more opportunities to take this short today. So if you're looking for day trades, I would definitely be looking for shorts on Bitcoin, US 500, NASDAQ, and oil today. I think oil, especially like this coiling here, you have resistance above you, lower highs coming in. If we take out 79.1, we'll probably go under 79 today, back in 78. Silver and gold, perfect L50s in the sell zone again today. Look at the market sentiment line. This is the first thing I'm looking at on the shorter term time frame to determine the trend. Really great for sells on gold and on silver. So I think you're going to probably see them head lower. I could be wrong. We could see a move higher today, maybe on silver. Maybe it pulls up a little bit. But overall, the bearish bias is very strong on these pairs. Even Ethereum, look at the market sentiment line after the sell-off yesterday. You don't want to come in today and try to be a buyer. If there's any tip I could give you guys before we wrap up and I let you go trade into the open today, if there's any tip I could give you, don't fight the 8 and the 21 EMAs. That's the yellow and the red lines on my screen. Trade with the 8 and the 21 EMAs, especially when they are with what market sentiment at the bottom of the screen tells us to do. So if market sentiment is under 50, we want to be short. But if the 8 and the 21 EMAs are crossed up like they are right now, we're not ready to be short. We're not going to forecast that because it could easily hold this 8 and 21 upshift and head higher. So we're going to now wait for those EMAs to cross down, and we're going to look to avoid trading right at the New York market open. I like to trade before market open or after. For me, it's much safer. You avoid a lot of volatility, and that's going to help keep more money in your pocket. So going forward into today, Bitcoin, US 500, NASDAQ, oil, Ethereum, silver, and gold, everything has perfect L50s, perfect sentiment for shorts today. So don't come in and try to buy it. If it does move up, let it ride. Come in tomorrow and see if the long trend is there. See if you can then find longs. But for today, I would either be short, I will be short, or I will be flat. Excuse me. Short or flat. That's the direction for today on major US indices, oil, silver, and gold. Higher time frame, I think you see gold and silver probably head higher, but shorter time frame, everything today is bearish. So it doesn't seem like we have any questions in the chat. I want to give you guys time to take this analysis and get ready for the week, take this bias and get ready for the week. If you guys have any questions, please tune in on Wednesday. I'll be going over all of these bearish ideas on Wednesday to show how you could have made money today, tomorrow, or even Wednesday morning following that bearish bias. And that will be my last stream. It'll be sad to see you guys, sad to see you go. But make sure you're subscribed here on the Eightcap channel. If you're not already subscribed, click the red button. Make sure you turn that on. That way you don't miss any of my streams that I do in the future with Eightcap. You don't miss any of the streams when they bring on new guys in 2023 when we start the new year. And if you'd like, go to my YouTube channel. It's just Austin Silver FX. That's where you can find me everywhere. Just my full name with an FX on the end. Check out my YouTube channel. I post a lot of great content there, talking about the strategies I trade. And I also do a lot of analysis on the bigger picture. So if you're looking for like an economic overview, come to my channel. I definitely can help you out. But listen, everybody, I appreciate you all so much for giving me the time. Eightcap and everybody on their staff, I appreciate them so much for helping me out and wanting me to be here and inviting me. I just can't thank everybody enough. I hope that we can do this again going into the new year. Maybe sometime in 2023, I'll come back on. But for now, I'm going to leave you guys with this bearish bias today. I'm going to see you all on Wednesday morning on the webinar. Make sure you're signed up for that. There's going to be a link in the description. There's links all over Eightcap's page. Sign up for Wednesday. That'll be the last time that you guys can catch me streaming. I appreciate you all very, very much. Have a great day and happy trading.